Boys, good morning. It's nice and dark this morning. I thought, you know what, before we go to the gym, the steam and the sauna, I'm going to record straight away and I'm going to get on with everything I need to get on with. I've got a driving test today, so I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the podcast out today. It's just going to be about, I know I've written that on yesterday's Day in the Life, but I completely forgot about the fact that I had a driving test, whilst also bearing the tasks in mind, which I should have done. So it's annoying that I'm not going to be able to get that out, but I'll make sure to definitely get it out tomorrow. Same with the personal brand TikTok today. So tomorrow is going to be heavily focused podcast, creating content, personal brand TikTok, theme page videos, and what I'm going to do for the rest of the day after I've been to the gym, the steam room, the sauna, done my driving test, is to just focus on some theme page videos, editing and posting the Day in the Life, and filming this Day in the Life, boys, and doing the reading and meditation, other habits. So let's start the day. Let's go to the gym, the steam room, the sauna, and I'll get back to you boys after.
Begin by getting into a comfortable position. Whatever position is most comfortable. Hitting pause if you need to. Close your eyes. Tuning in to your breath.
So boys, as you just saw, I just got back from the gym, the steam room, the sauna, smashed that out nice and early. I've also just completed my reading and my meditation straight away, as you have just saw. And the next thing is I'm about to get changed, have a shower, and go head out and do my driving test. And yeah, I hope all goes well. I'm feeling good, feeling ready, and yeah, let's just get to it now, and then we'll get on with the rest of the tasks I've got to do for the rest of the day. So let's get to it. So boys, update. It's been a good few hours. It's been most of the day, okay? Apologise for the lack of recording today. Like I said, it's not going to be a long one because I haven't had much time to do things. I've been preparing. I've then just gone and took my driving test about 5 hours ago, and unfortunately I did fail, but it's fine. We'll go again and we'll smash it, and I did really want to get it done. I don't even believe that I failed it, but we've got to deal with it. We've got to move forward, and we've got to learn from the mistake, and we've got to make sure it doesn't happen again, and we've got to make sure we perfect it. So we will do that. And now what I have just done, I've done my Instagram mindset lesson of the day, the Instagram quote of the day. I've also done I've edited and posted the Day in the Life. I've also had another 2 meals, which was my Greek yogurt bowl, and also my eggs, my banana chips, and my organic cheese, which I had as my first meal. So we followed routine regardless. We're not going to let that failure and that mistake of failing the driving test affect the rest of the day. I mean, it has in terms of time, and I haven't recorded much, and I apologise for that, but we will move on and we'll do everything we need to do to end the day. So Edison posted the Day in the Life. I'm going to go have another meal now, which is going to be steak, which is going to be a bit of salad, organic cucumber, organic tomatoes, just laid out on a sort of cutting board like I usually do. I like to give it an aesthetic look and to post it over to my Instagram, so go check that out. So I post on Snapchat, so go check that out as well. It's just my name on every platform. So if you do want to check any other things, any else of things I am doing, you can go check all those other platforms and go check it out. So boys, what we're going to get onto now is I've got off all devices right now. I'm going to go and make that meal. And then boys, we got the planning for today in terms of for tomorrow. We got the mindset lesson of the day still to come. And then we'll be ending off today. And tomorrow I'm going to make it one of my best days ever. So make sure to look out for tomorrow's Day in the Life, because it's going to be podcast. It's going to be habits. It's going to be theme page videos. It's going to be recording personal brand TikTok. It's going to be posting those, editing it, doing a load of stuff. So we're going to make it an extra busy one, and I'm going to try and make it my best day tomorrow, which I should be doing every day. I do try, but a lot of the time it isn't, so I didn't try hard enough. So that's one of the lessons you got to sort of teach to yourself, that every day you need to be making it a better day. There's no point staying in the same place or trying to go backwards, because obviously that's not going to get you anywhere. It's only going to make you go backwards. But if you go into each day thinking, you know what, today I'm going to make it my best day of my life I've ever had, ever. Even if you're not doing anything crazy today or anything you feel which is really going to add towards that, as long as you're getting better in the tasks you're doing and the everyday things, then everything will come together and everything will get better. And that's the point. So go into each day thinking it's going to be your best, and it might end up being your best. And if it is, that's amazing. If it isn't, you can learn to do it moving forward and you can improve on that. So boys, let's go and have the meal. Let's get to the planning for today. Alexa, play my playlist on Amazon Music.
Sure. Here's your playlist.
Cue the non-copyright music. So boys, I ended up having another meal, and also what you saw is me doing my abs and core workout. I decided, you know what, usually I don't do the day today, the abs and core, I think I usually do it on a Tuesday, but I decided to compensate for the fact that I didn't do as much today based on the fact that I was so busy and I had other things going on. Then I have to compensate that. I have to make up for the lost time and lack of activity. So I decided, let's throw that in there. Let's work harder today and do that regardless. So I ended up doing that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get the booklet out of my drawer and we're going to be getting onto the evening planning. And yeah, let's get straight onto that. We're going to go first to the tick list of things of the day that did we complete. Did we complete everything that I said I was going to do yesterday? Well, let's check. I don't believe so. Driving test, done. Sauna/steam room, done. Personal brand TikTok, no. And podcast, no. 50% done. The other 2 tasks I wrote last night, completely forgetting that I obviously then had a driving test the next day. So I wasn't able to get those 2 things done, unfortunately. But we will go into the next day tomorrow. The plan is to do the podcast and also to film as many personal brand TikToks as possible, hopefully at least a week's worth. So then I have that there ready to be posted, you know, within the next week or so. So then I can just come, so every day when I come to do a personal brand TikTok, it's just going to be me editing and posting them instead of having to film them every day. That's why I like to bulk make them. So the summary of today, we've got to write today's date, which is the 18th of November, Monday the 18th of November, 18th of the 11th, 2024. Monday summary, strong day, regardless of result. Compensated lack of activity with another habit. Will work 10 times harder tomorrow and make it my best day yet. I think, boys, when you're doing this every day, you're prone to slack. Me knowing I'm having to film this every day and knowing I'm having to repeat the same task most days and going into each week thinking, oh, okay, I've got to do a podcast. There's room to slack because you're so used to it and you do it every day that you forget that you need to be trying to improve on it. And I do always think that I need to improve on it, and I am. I definitely become better in speaking and my presentation skills and camera, but the things I need to improve is enhancing it more, creating better content, you know, doing more entertaining things, which I will do over time. But I think the thing is that I've done recently is I haven't slacked based on the fact I'm lazy. I've slacked off the fact that I've been doing this every day now for like 2 months, 3 months, that 2.5 months, I think, where it's just naturally slacked a bit over time. So tomorrow I'm going to make sure it's my hardest working day ever, and I want to enter that tomorrow's day in the life saying that, you know what, I kept that promise of the fact that it was my hardest working day. So we're going to try and keep that up. We're going to go into the next day with that attitude. So I'm going to put this booklet back in my drawer. What I want to do now is go over to the task list on my phone, which has already been created ready for tomorrow. Day in the life, 2 theme page videos, 5+ stories for the Instagram and Snapchat, 3+ scheduled tweets, personal brand TikTok, film as many as possible, Instagram mindset lessons / quote of the day, read / meditate, podcast, gym, boxing, design podcast front image. That's what I want to do today as the extra task. I wanted to design a podcast front image, and also I am also working on something as well. I'm also working on possibly not making a course. I don't want to ever have to name it a course to sell, but a guide to genuinely help people to start getting on a good path. I want it to include workout plans. I want it to include diet plans, like full natural diet plans. Where to buy your food from, how to do it cheap, how to do it in a budget, how to do it if you've got more money. I want to do a full proper guide to help people. I'm going to sell it. I am going to sell it and price it, but it'll be really cheap. It'll be really affordable, and it'll be worth every single penny based on all the information it's going to have in it. not only because I've trialed and tested it, but I am incorporating it, all the things I'll be putting in there in my life right now, which will set me up a year, 2, 3 years from now to be, to achieve big results in my body and in myself and my mind. So I'm going to be working on that as well. I don't know if I'm going to start it this week. I definitely want to try and start it this week if I can later on in the week, but usually we have less time. But I'll try it regardless, and I'll start writing it up. So boys, what we're going to get to now is a mindset lesson, then we're going to end off the day in the life, and I'm going to be in bed for the perfect time tonight. So that's the new thing going into this week. Last week I set the goal of being in bed for the right time, doing it strict, but I wasn't able to. So this week the new goal is to make sure every night is strict, to make sure every night I'm getting off devices at 7 p.m. Meaning making sure I get every sort of thing online done by 7 p.m. so I can get off, read, meditate, have another meal, brush teeth, do my skin and go to bed. So I'll have at least an hour and a half off devices so I can sleep well, because I did that last night and it was amazing. I had one of my best sleeps. I got 100% sleep on my Whoop app. It's basically an app that tracks sleep, etc., and steps, sort of just a fitness watch. It told me I got 100% sleep. I got 9 hours and 7 minutes of sleep, like actual sleep, not just time I was in bed, but of actual sleep from the moment I actually fell asleep to the moment I actually woke up. So boys, let's get to the mindset lesson of the day. Right boys, so the mindset lesson of today is there's never going to be a perfect time to start. You just have to start now, because every day you don't start is a day missed, and it's also a day you could have been closer to whatever you want to work towards, okay? A lot of the time we think, I don't feel that good now. I don't really feel like starting now. So I'm going to keep prolonging it, and I'm just going to wait until I start feeling good and wanting to feel like I want to make changes. But that's not the way things are. The reason why you don't feel good now is because you haven't made a change. So the only way things are going to get better is if you make the change from that very moment you realise you need to make a change. And that is right now. If you're not doing anything good in your life or working towards things in your life and you want it to be better, then you need to make that change now. You need to implement all the things from now. And yes, it's going to take time. It's going to take time to adapt. But over time, if you trust the process and you trust the fact that you're not gonna have it all up there, you're not gonna have it all in your mind of all the things you need to do and all the ways you can be better. But if you have a nice basis and you know the basics of, okay, well, I could start eating better, I could start looking after my body or my health or whatever it may be, just by implementing small things, small changes. I could start working harder. I could start setting goals for myself, these little things that we all know we can do, even if you're not knowledgeable about how to improve your life properly. They're all small steps you can take. At least realise that the only way you're going to take a step further toward those goals or whatever the things you want to change is by starting today. So boys, that's my advice. When you see this, when you hear this, start now. Don't start tomorrow, don't start the next day or the week or the month following. Start now, because that's when things will improve, and that's when you'll get a step closer every day to achieving whatever you want to achieve. So boys, good night, and I'll see you boys tomorrow. And I'm going to make it the best day, so make sure to check it out after this day in the life.